Hello there everybody, and welcome to another speed draw video with me, Kai McTrash. Today we are drawing another character for my RepoXfalloutAU, and we are drawing Rottie Largo, the main villain of Repo, with Hank, the villain of the Fallout series. In my opinion, he's done the most bad things so far, but he'll be a lot worse as Rottie Largo. So, as I mentioned, it's the RepoXfallout thing. Repo is a rock opera musical which is set in a universe where a new plague has absolutely wiped out a massive portion of the population. Now there's only so many people alive, I think like somewhere between 1 and 10% if I'm remembering correctly. I'll probably put it up on screen. And this is due to organ failure from this new plague. Rottie's business becomes supplying organs to people on finance, meaning that they have to pay for it monthly, and if they ever stop paying for it, it is repossessed, which gives us the name Repo. It's also the main character's mother's ex-fiance, which makes all the interactions between the characters interesting because they all have a lot of history, and the main character Shiloh doesn't actually know really any of it, which I think really adds to like how unfair her life seems when you watch it as an outsider. When I was a teenager I just found her annoying, but now that I've matured and stopped being a little arsehole, I have very much realised, yeah, she's a 16-year-old who's been essentially sequestered off for her whole life. No wonder she's annoying. I've been around people my whole life and I'm extremely annoying. How much worse would I be if I had lived her life? So yeah, Rottie's a bit of an arsehole. This company where you can get organs on finance, he has a bunch of guys who goes out and cuts you up, takes your organ out and leaves you for dead essentially. They don't care whether or not you live or die, they only care if you pay. There's also an addictive painkiller that helps with the surgery to replace organs, as well as other cosmetic surgeries called Zydrate, which he has a very close control of, so anyone who becomes addicted to it has to go to nefarious outlets to get it. But the one that we meet, Grave Robber, literally works for him, so you know, it's kind of just screwing people with both ways to sort this out for them, and I think that's very Rottie Largo. He is not a good man, he is not a good husband, he is not a good father, and he is not a good employer. And I think that would translate really well over into RepoXfalloutAU, because Hank is a lot better than him, but he's still a terrible person. I know that Hank dropped a nuclear bomb, but like Rottie would drop all of them if he got the chance. He is the worst. And so he has quite a like younger looking pre-war one versus when we see him in the series, and that's because like he is awake for a little bit and then goes back to sleep post-war in Vault 33 and then comes back out. This is a change that I made for my AU versus the Fallout canon. So yeah, that's going to be fun to play around with, and if they ever come out with something that says that someone can't be cryogenically frozen twice in Vault 33, well, I'd say I'm screwed, but I'm sticking a bunch of characters who aren't in this universe in here so I can literally make my own rules up, you know. I gave him a vault suit which I mostly referenced my drawing of Amber in her vault suit for that I did previously. These two do have a lot in common because he's her father, and she has a lot of negative traits from him that she's still trying to get hold of. But I think it makes kind of some sense to draw them. I gave him a lot of wrinkles. I tried to make him look like really quite leathery, kind of the way that a lot of Fallout 3 characters and New Vegas, of course, like anything on that old graphic style, their wrinkles are really wrinkly, like they look like a leather couch, and that just compels me, you know. I like when people age dramatically. I really need to start doing some studies on crow's feet though, because I did not know how to draw those. I really don't. I need to look at more references. I looked at a lot of references for his hands. I spent a lot of time on the wrinkles for these because I feel like the hands and the face are like the two things that do actually wrinkle the most noticeably. Most people aren't going to see what's under your jumper, jumpsuit, shirt, whatever. And so I wanted to get that right. Another thing that I had done for this was Rottie's vault suit has a white collar that comes up over most of his face. That's just a feature of like every single outfit we see Rottie in the movie, so I thought that it was quite appropriate for him to have it here as well. it's one of his more identifying traits. I'm not very good at redrawing like actual human beings, so I couldn't really make him look like the actor from the movie, Paul Savino, who is a very talented man and had a very unique look. I did my best to try and recreate him, but I think this is as good as I'm going to get it. Give him some steel toe cap boots for intimidation, throw on the colours, and then we had both of my little Rottie Largos. I'm not sure if he's going to be blue suit or black suit. I'm still not sure if all of both, if he's going to blue suit or black suit, or maybe a mixture of the two. I really like the black suit though, and I think that would be really fun for my AU to have something so visually different. On the wrinkles, I went over and made them a sort of closer to skin tone outline, just to make them a little bit more realistic and a little bit less sketchy looking. I think it just blends them in more, and the same with his face. So anyway, let me know what you think. Pre-war Rottie in his fancy suit and big old bow, and post-war Rottie in his fancy suit and silly little ponytail. It's getting a lot shorter and thinner. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I'm really looking forward to the next person I'm going to draw, who's actually just going to be Maximus, because I'm not replacing Maximus in this AU, because I love him and you cannot change my mind, and no other character fits his place. So yeah, he sticks around, and I'm going to be drawing him next. Stick around to see that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!